I cannot begin to say everything, so I'm just doing shots.
That's
But I feel very excited.
I've been seeing you changing attire since morning. I don't know why we are here. What are we really doing here today?
For my wedding!
Wow. So how do you feel?
Very happy, overjoyous.
Wow. How can you expatiate your spouse?
He's a wonderful person, disciplined, straight to the point, focused, and he is very honest. He's faithful. But if he says yes, it's yes. If he says no, he will meet it as no. He's very straight.
I know you guys have received a lot of blessings today. So where do you see this marriage in the next 3 years?
Flourishing, that's the word. Flourishing.
I can see you're just really expatiating your movie, very summary, you're summarizing everything. I just wanted to just, if at all you have anything to even just tell your hobby, even maybe the word, or maybe phrase, or song that you can just even sing.
You are the best that happened to me. You are very sweet, and I pray that God will keep us till the very end in Jesus' name.
Amen. Any prayer for those people that has come together to celebrate this today?
We pray that everyone that has come, the Lord will grant them journey mercies. As they've come, the Lord will go with them.
Amen.
We will not hear of any accidents. And from them, we'll be hearing good news. From us, they will hear good news as well in Jesus. There are more and more celebrations to come in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Hello guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're fine, and I hope that your day is going well. Welcome to my vlog. Anyways, welcome to my vlog. It's called the O Double channel. Yes, the O Double. That's it's gotten from my name, Oluwadamola, so it's called Double. So you're most welcome again. And before we proceed, first things first, please remember to subscribe. Yes, click on the subscribe button below, and make a subscription, like the video, and also remember to share and make comments as well. So today, what am I talking about? I was off for a while and I said part of the reasons why I wasn't posting as regular as before is because we got aged. And so I've had people ask me, some of my friends asked me to do a video on how to have an amazing wedding ceremony with a budget. Sometimes some people just do it extravagant, and then we have some people who had a budget. It's not like me, I had a budget, as in I was strictly working with my budget. I didn't want to go outside my budget. In short, I was working so hard on it that I wanted to even spend less than what I had for my budget. So today we'll be talking about how to plan a wedding. You can have an awesome wedding. Like, you can have an awesome wedding, amazing wedding, without spending so much. I've seen cases where people will spend so much for a wedding, and at the end of the day, be begging people like, at no wedding, we spent money for the wedding, we spent so much for the wedding, and we don't have money, we don't have this, we don't have that. So to avoid stories that touch after wedding, because after wedding, your husband, you're on your own. Nobody's going to, well, except a few people that would maybe send you money and say, because we couldn't make it for the wedding, take this, take that. It won't be like before again. You can't be running to mommy and daddy and say, we don't have food to eat today, we don't have this to that. Things like that. It's not between you and your husband. So that is why, if you know that your income is not fat, and that of your husband is not the same as well, so you need to work with a budget. I did, and it didn't stop the fact that I had a wonderful wedding. It didn't stop that the wedding went as planned. It didn't stop that it didn't stop that people did not have fun, all of that. So you can have an amazing wedding and still work with a budget. I was working with the budget. I was working with the budget not up to 1 million. It's very possible. Very, very. I'm sure you'll be like, how possible? Well, that's why this video is up here. So I'm going to tell you what I did and how it helped me, and hopefully maybe it can help you as well. And how I had an amazing wedding ceremony with a budget. So first things first. So guidelines to having a wedding ceremony, a wonderful wedding ceremony with a budget. First, you need to set your budget. What is your budget? Are you looking at 1 million? Are you looking at 500,000? Are you looking at 800,000? Are you looking at 2 million? You need to have your budget. List your budget. Like my husband and I, what we did, he made a list of, maybe he's ignoring his name, but he made a list of, he asked me to make a list of everything down to the least thing you can imagine. So we made a list of everything that we were going to need or buy or use. We made a list of everything. It was a whole list. So we made a list and we wrote a price tag to each of them. And I ensured that those price tags were even way higher. Maybe some that I even know the price, exact price. I would have like 1,000 or 2,000 naira additional to it. So I will know that in case, because sometimes when you go to markets, you might not meet the exact price. So I'm adding it, I'm not making it less. So I added that, we had the budget. This is how much we want to spend. This is how much we have saved. And this is how much we want to spend from the savings. We know quite a right that families would, say, take this, so we're going to help with that, yes. But we didn't relent and say, okay, you know what, families are going to help, let's just sit down and be looking. No. We don't want a situation where they would now say, well, we have other siblings too. Parents also have other things that they want to do, so it's not just us. So we didn't want a situation where they would be the ones solely carrying everything. So we also had our plans. This is how much, and then areas where they now say, what do you need us to do? Then we tell them, okay, you take this part, and then you take this part. And truthfully, when we made the list, having the prices to the side of everything that we wrote down, we asked ourselves, we sat down, my husband and I, what are you going to fund? What am I going to fund? What responsibility are you going to take? What responsibility am I going to take? So we shared it. I took some, he took some. And then after doing that, we went to the families to say, okay, this is what we have done, this is what we have decided. Now we also need your input. And then they asked, how can they come in? So we said, my own family would handle this, and then his own family would handle that. So we shared it and we made sure that everybody understood what they were doing. And we're calling to check on everyone, how far, do you know this is what you're handling? This is what you're handling for us, please. And we did it like that, reminding ourselves. So whenever we go to markets to get any of those things, we have a tick list. So we tick it and say, this is out, this is gone, how much do you spend for this? We were strictly on, especially me, strictly on the budget. So that's the first thing we did. Then number two, decide how much you and hubby will pay for the wedding. How much are you people willing? I've said that as part of setting your budget. How much are you willing to spend on the wedding? Don't go beyond that. Don't let people push you. If you know this is how much wedding gown you have targeted, if your wedding gown is supposed to be 50K, or if your wedding gown is supposed to be 30K, please don't be shy. Even if your friends go with it. Okay, like somebody advised me, my sister-in-law called me and said, see babe, when you're going to get your stuff, go alone or go with your sister, a family member. Don't go with friends, because you might be tempted to want to buy things and because they're like, why are you going for something lower? They don't understand that you're working with the budget. And it's not everybody you can be explaining to that, oh, I'm working with the budget. So what you need to do is you either go alone or go with your husband, or you go with a sibling that understands that we are working with the budget. It's nobody's business. If you buy a gown of 35,000, as long as it's a wedding gown, you can even sew your gown. You can sew it, yes. Nobody's going to query you. These days, that's what most people even do. They go to fashion designers to, help them design something and make their wedding dresses. People don't really, only a few people really go and say they want to spend so much on wedding dresses. I've even seen people who now even rent their wedding dresses and return it immediately after the wedding, or a few weeks or months after the wedding, as negotiated with the person they got the dress from. So you can work with your budgets, buy what you want to buy. Don't take friends with you that would convince you to say, go for this, go for that. And you will not be able to say no if you're the kind of person that cannot stand your ground. Please ensure that you go alone, or go with your husband, or you go with the family member if at all you need to go with somebody. My sister-in-law said she went to market herself because she didn't need anybody coming to say, why not buy this, why not buy that. She said she was working with a budget and she knew what she wanted to get. So she didn't want anybody coming to say, this is fine now, this will look good on you, this is, my sister, this is just one day, one ceremony. What I'm saying, I'm not saying it shouldn't look good, because wedding is just once, and God forbid, none of us repeat wedding again, But even at that, we need to also be cautious of what we are spending on and what we are doing. It's not everybody that has that large amount of money that can spend and say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So we need to work on we need to work with how much we have saved. Another thing you should do is write down the cost of expenses. I said that earlier as well. You know, write down everything you're going to spend. You know, I said that earlier as part of what my husband and I did. We wrote down the expenses of everything. Even if we knew that maybe it was higher, it was lower, write it down so you know if you are going beyond or above or below your budget. It's better that you go below your budget than higher than your budget. So write down everything. Write down all the expenses. This is how much this is. This is how much this is. If at the end of the day you're buying and you're calculating and you see that okay, like I'm going way beyond my budget, you can cut some things off, or you can even call friends. Please, I need your assistance. How can you help? See, don't be shy. You need help. Don't be shy. You can call people, or you can cut some things off that are not needed. Things that maybe you know that okay, why do I need certain this and this when I can just make do with what I have? So you can cut some things off if you see that okay, at the end of the day, with the way things are going, I am spending beyond my budget. Also, keep your guest list short. I know that might not be possible in Nigeria because our parents are like, everything will not wedding, Yalagbaja was shaking. I went for about this wedding, I went for this woman's wedding, I went for that one's wedding. You do not want them to come to my own wedding. So sometimes it's not easy to, get them to understand that, see, we're working with a budget, we don't want plenty of people in this wedding because the more people you invite, the more you're going to spend feeding and all of that. So you need to keep your guest list short. Try as much as possible, as in try. Persuade your parents if need be. Talk to them. Try as much as possible to beg them to help you reduce the guest list. Check the list. People who are not needed, people who you think, is there a reason why this person should be here? Not that you don't want them to celebrate with you, but sometimes there's some people who you'll be like, let's just keep this in family and friends, strictly family and friends, and it will help you with it, especially if you have a budget and if you're working with a budget that is not very extravagant. And then you need to also make your shopping around. Don't leave everything to vendors. At first when I was doing my wedding plan, I was trying to see vendors. I was doing vendors, this and that. I wanted to just use one vendor, but then something just occurred to me like, why don't you ask other people? Why don't you try other vendors? So I began to ask this person who handled this for you, who did this for you, and I saw that okay, their prices vary. So wow, and I'll just spend giving this person more. I'm not saying that vendors, some of them are more expensive than the other, and you might say they won't do what. Truth is, you can check their work out. You can ask them, whose wedding have you done? They will have videos, they will have things that they've done. You can ask them, let me see your work. So you can use that to judge if you want to use this person. And then if you know that money for vendor is more, my sister and my brother, go to the market to go and shop yourself. Dedicate a week. Take the list that you have with you. Ask around so that the job will be easy for you, because sometimes it's not easy going around the market. Then have a list, go around, ask people, please, where do they sell this? Where do they sell that? So it can be easy for you, so you can navigate your way through quickly and return back home. So you can go to market yourself, get your things, get your clothes, get your accessories, get all those things. If you know you strictly do not even want to deviate a little bit from your budget. So, and if you know that you're working with a very low budget, so you can do the shopping yourself, exclude vendors, you will still have a wonderful wedding. The point is, you're looking great, you're looking sweet. It's even sweeter when you go yourself to do the shopping, because you see what you want to get, you buy what you want to get yourself. So if you see that vendors are asking for too much, you can do away with vendors. I don't think at the end of the day, I don't think I used any vendor, okay, except for the decorator, the cake, and maybe the DJ and all of that. But I don't think I used. No. I just did everything. Mommy this, daddy this, please call this person, help us call this person, give me this person's contact, let me call, I need your help, I need this. That was what I did. And the rest, I went to market myself with my husband and my sibling, my sister. We went to market together and did all the shopping that we wanted to do. I did not stress myself. We did introduction in August, we got married in November, and truthfully, people were asking me, are you sure you this guy? Because I wasn't even reducing. I was swearing. And so it doesn't mean that, I've seen, because I spoke with someone and they were like, is it not stressful? My sister, you will not kill yourself, go to market. You go to market before I be. So going to market to go and buy things that you want for your wedding is still not stressful. It's just like going to market to go and buy things for yourself, things that you need. So what's the difference? Buy your friends and family members Ask them for help, but ensure that they are good. We don't want stories of what I ordered versus what I got. So many stories like that have come up. So ensure that this family member of yours, you have seen their work, or this friend of yours, you have seen their work and you know their capability and you know what they can do. If they're to make your dress, ensure that you've seen them make dresses, nice dresses, and they can make it well. And don't go and choose style that you know that it's beyond them. They might not want to say no. And they might say, okay, I will do it for you, and then you get something like, and then you'll be angry. Know what they can do. So you pick a style that is within what they can do. If it's cake baking, know the kind of cakes that they bake. So you can order for one within what they can make. And even if they say, do not worry about payment, truth is they need money. So to avoid stories that Isha did not pay and I did something for you for free, ensure that you give them, no matter how little, you pay them for even the work, for the work that they did. You rather say, even if you don't want to collect money for ingredient, at least for the work, the exercise that you did, take something. So ensure that you pay them. It's also a morale booster for them not to do something shabby or do something wishy-washy for you. So you can also give them something as well. At least you wrote it in your budget before. So seeing somebody that wants to do it for you for less or for free doesn't even affect the budget. So you can give them something. Even if they're insisting that no. Ensure that you give them something. It will boost their morale, so they will not do rubbish for you, so that they will not do things that will be like what I ordered versus what I got. Then be willing to negotiate prices. If you go to market or if you meet vendors and they say this is the exact price, don't just say, that's what I wrote in my budget, thank God, this is the exact price. No, be willing to negotiate. You can drop it down. They will agree. Bend them, they will agree. There are some things that when I got to market, it was the exact price. It didn't mean that when I say gladly, thank God, I'm not going beyond budget. My sister, the point is either I'm getting the exact same thing in budget or less, not going higher. And most times I want to get less. So even if you meet for the exact price, ensure that you negotiate. Even if it's a vendor or a market woman, wherever it is, ensure that you negotiate the prices. Tell them to drop it down. This is how much you have. This is how much you're working with. And plead with them. Don't be rude. You need their help. So talk to them to beat down the price for you, and truly they would do no matter what. Even if it's 5K, they remove on top. Even if it's 1,000, they remove on top. It is still something. But ensure that you're not just going for the price like, that's what's on my budget. Okay, let me just go for it. It's very vital. And then skip the traditional gifts. Here's the thing. I know everybody. I didn't do that. I didn't do traditional gifts that everybody that came for the wedding, everybody will get the same gift. No. My parents already said they were doing, my siblings said they were doing, my aunts, cousins, they said they were doing the same thing with in-laws. Please, what's the point of me now wasting my money to go and do gifts for all the invitees? So if you have things like that already, there's no point for you to now say you also want to do. There's no point for you to say you also want to have a souvenir for everyone. If family members are doing, in-laws are doing, friends are doing, good for you. Don't waste your money on those things. Just ensure that you already package all these things together, the gifts from every one of them. Ensure that you pack it together and then you dispense it, or you select people that will dispense it so everyone can get. But do not waste your money. It's not a must. It's not a must. Once they've eaten and they've gotten gifts from different family members, I think they are good to go. The thing is, you do things yourself. Yes, don't leave it to the hands of people. Do things yourself. You're working with budget, so you need to do things yourself so that it can be easy. Go for locations that are less expensive. Go for halls that are less expensive. Like the hall I used, it was a family friend that owns it, so it was good for me. I didn't pay the exact price. We talked about it's my family, so he was able to beat it down. My luck. All right, so I did most of those things like family member, let me use this, and it really did work for me. So if you have that, don't be shy. Go to them. We need your help. Hall is 500,000, sometimes 800,000, 300,000, and you know you're working with the budget. Not as if the money is not there, but you know you're working with the budget. And there's after wedding as well. You don't want to be soaking Gary after wedding. So do things yourself. Go to locations yourself. Choose locations that you know they are very beautiful but less expensive as well. And lastly, have a less formal reception. Don't spend too much. If you know you now have a bar for after party, it's not a must to do after party. I didn't do after party. We dance, and that was where it ended. Everybody should come and carry their load and luggage and be going home. So if you know you don't have money for a very expensive reception, it is not a must. And also, see, reception is not a must as well. If you know that your power do not carry it, or you're strictly working with a very low budget, it's not a must to have reception. People will just talk and it will end there. I've even seen a post recently on Instagram where a couple said they were not having a reception. It was church, court, and that's the end. Does it mean that they will not have a wonderful? It doesn't stop. There are people who have spent extravagantly on their wedding, and the wedding did never last how many years, and that's the end. So you and your husband know what you're working with, know what you have on ground. Stick to that and ensure that you work directly with your budget, and ensure the aim is not to spend over the budget, but to spend lower, not even exactly the budget, but to even spend lower than the budget. So that is that on how I helped myself on my wedding with my budgets, and I hope that you've learned one or two things as well. Remember, make a solid plan, stick to your budget, don't let anything deviate from you, don't let them say something is trending. Pick colors that you know that they are not going to be expensive when you're looking for them, especially for dresses and especially for decorators as well. Pick colors that you know that it will be easy for them, not that they will say we just have to buy, we just have to get because it's a new color. Yeah, so stick to your budget, stick to your plan, and then reduce your budget by spending less. Very vital. Negotiate with them. I said that. Negotiate if possible. And I tell you, if you do all of these things, you would have an amazing wedding. If you also had a budget wedding, yes, that's the thing that it's called now. If you had a wedding that you worked with a budget, I'd like to know what other things you did aside from the one I've listed or I've talked about. I'd like to know what other things you did. It might be helpful to somebody you just do not know. It might be helpful to you, it might be helpful to your sister, to a cousin. Let's help people out there. People need help. Not everybody wants to have an extravagant wedding and they don't know how to care about it. So if you also had a wedding with a budget, let us know what you did, how you did it, and the things that you did aside from the ones I've said. Remember again to please subscribe. Please subscribe, like, share, make comments, and also click the notification bell beside the subscription button, and so you can get notifications when videos are up immediately as soon as possible. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for also enjoying my traditional wedding video. I love you all. Have a great day. Bye.